What's up everybody, Tommy Har with The Real Side of Real Estate, and in today's video I had a young man ask me for a job, so we went around and just shadowed me and a couple of my deals with another one of my team members. So in today's video you're going to have a raw, just real format of me walking through a couple properties and explaining the process and explaining exit strategies for somebody that may be a beginner and also somebody that may be wanting to invest in real estate, and that's why you like and subscribe this page to get the real side of real estate. Let's get to it. I really have no purpose or anything, but you can pepper me with questions. I can tell you kind of the strategy. We can just kind of go through. I haven't been to this house yet, so I just wanted to check in on some houses I haven't been to and show you guys what we got going on. So what would be, so if you wanted to purchase something like this, what are the numbers that you need? Just starting off, what are you looking at?
Well, obviously I want to know how, you buy this from a wholesaler, would you get it at?
Okay.
Price?
So we found it from a realtor. So a realtor had his client, it was a pocket listing. They were in between renters and they didn't want to deal with it anymore. So it wasn't on the market, no competition. We ended up settling at 155. We bought it for 155. The ARV is about 220. So not like the best deal in the world. And also the seller financed $50,000 of it too. So they have seller financing at 0% for 2 years, amortized over 30. So our payment to the seller is like $130 a month. Okay. And then I raised $120,000 for the rest of the purchase and the rehab. So the rehab here is only 20.
Okay. What is it? When you first saw the deal, what did you see it in person? You walk it?
I just saw pictures.
What do you look for in the pictures?
So he had told me, so he was very upfront. He was like, hey, the basement's fucked up, so it needs more beams. So you'll see down here. So first thing I see in the corner up there, next to the downspouts are sleeved underground, and there's a sump pump drain right there. So that tells me that if I looked at the pictures and I saw that, they did at least what is proper, which is alleviate the moisture issue, which was causing the basement stuff. So they spent a lot of money. That's the big thing. So I would ask for maybe receipts for that. If I'm direct to seller, if I can talk to them. If it's wholesaler, you're probably not going to get that. The next thing I'm going to look at is okay, what's the outside look like? This is a house built in the probably 40s, 50s. So you look around, that house is original. It's got wood siding and shake siding. That house has got aluminum. It's got the aluminum awnings. That side's got cedar. This house here has the original cedar. This has vinyl. Vinyl was not around back in the 40s. So updated vinyl siding. Windows look like they're vinyl as well. They look good. They look really good. Front door looks good. Roof also. Looks good. You got a dimensional shingle, so they lay on top of each other like that. Whereas over there, what kind is that?
I don't know.
3-tab. They lay flat. Okay. 3-tab, dimensional, they lay on top of each other. Gotcha. These last 25, 30 years, those last 15. Not that much more expensive to do this.
Okay. How do you know, I guess when you look at it, how do you know how old this
You gotta be able to, you gotta look for, so like that roof over there, for example, it's stained, and you see how maybe on the front part of the house, it's got shininess to it. Yep. That the fiber, when the fiberglass starts coming through the shingle, that tells you that's getting old. So that's probably a 15, 20 year roof. That roof just needs replaced. Okay. But you want to kind of look for the same thing here. It's a lot harder on a dimensional. You want to look for streakiness. You want to look for missing shingles. You want to look for leaks inside. You kind of putting 1 and 2 together. But they replaced it. So that roof, I guess that one has it too. They got a ridge vent up at the top. So the very top has a vent. It looks good. They landscaped. We might have done this landscaping already. But here's what I was talking about. This is the sump pump drain, which is good. They put new vinyl windows and they capped them. So there was original wood under here and they capped it with aluminum. So that's what you see in the deal analyzer. And then you got soffit vents. So the soffits look pretty good. They probably need painted one more time.
Yeah, for soffit and all this stuff, what are you looking for here? How far do you go in terms of renovating something like this? How do you know to put new ones in? How do you know?
Typically it's gonna be rotten.
Rotten.
Rotted, water damage. This doesn't really have water damage, it's just this old chipping paint. Like if I want to sell this house FHA, which we've only owned it for like 30 days or less, you can't have chipping paint. So an appraiser will come here and they'll be like, won't go. And you gotta fix that.
Okay.
So we gotta come through, paint that. We got some wood right there. We gotta paint as well, right here. So probably come through with a coat of paint through. I was gonna keep this as a rental, but I think I'm gonna end up just selling it. Walk around the outside here.
Yeah, my biggest questions are, is like how far do you take these rehabs sometimes?
Comps. The comps are going to tell you
Always
everything.
look at comps and see what those sold for, and
So the vinyl siding looks great.
yeah.
You definitely got some, I mean, old fascia boards, so you need to paint the fascia and the soffit. And over here you got your basement windows, and you got weeds growing up through it, so we got to cut all this out. You got your electrical meter kind of pulling off the house, and your line is coming through that tree, so you kind of probably got to cut out that tree / weed right there too to free up that electrical line. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
There. Let's go around the other side. But windows look good. You want to look and see like if there's any streaks in the vinyl. See if they're busted. Also, like down here, you want to look at the foundation at the corners, and see if there's any cracking. So I already know there's foundation issues here, but when you're looking around a house, that's what you want to look for. Probably pressure wash this vinyl, get the debris off of it. Like for example, if you want to sell this house at FHA,
Couldn't have it.
anything on site needs to be painted. So like a shed in the back that's fucked up, you might as well just take it out or paint the fuck out of it, because they're gonna flag that and they won't sell FHA if it's got all that.
Is that what you're usually looking for in terms of
First time home, I mean, it raises the amount of people that can buy the house for sure.
Yeah.
If you can't go FHA, you're kind of limiting your amount of people that you can sell it to. Okay. Backyard, that tree is super close to the house. Siding looks good, windows look good.
Yeah.
Nice shaded backyard. And it's not a bad yard either.
Landscaping, how far are you going with this stuff?
I'm probably not gonna landscape it that much, to be honest. Like you can go crazy with it, but I think people would rather have that for privacy than have it cut out.
Yeah. Even all this like grass kind of.
This will just mow it. Like if it was a bigger flip, we'd probably seed and straw it. We still might to like run through there, but you got to put down seed that's shaded for grass that'll grow not with a lot of sun.
Yeah.
Like clean up the branches that are down. Some of the stuff, like don't leave it shitty. But once again, you got to figure out what's going to actually give you somewhat of a return.
Yeah.
Not everything's going to give you a return.
Can't do everything.
Probably cut that tree out there. It's dead. Try send some videos. I don't know if they know this. Over here on Beaver, can we cut this tree out here? And then this tree, the power line's running through. Let's take that out and then kind of clean up the brush around. It doesn't have to be insane. Don't take everything out. Like, be cost effective. But maybe that back there too. And then like that weed running up through there. All right, inside. So out here, I mean, pretty fucking turnkey.
Assuming you maybe paint all this stuff up here.
Yeah.
Look nicer.
Yeah. One coat of white.
Yeah.
Let's just go straight downstairs. You're okay. They always turn the music off when we get here. All right. Is there a light? Switch it, turn those lights on. Cool. All right. So down in the basement here.
I wouldn't even know what to look at.
Okay.
When I'm looking at something. But this looks okay. I mean, obviously you see some cracks in the
So you have
walls.
tons of beams. So you got beams every 3 feet. There. So you got a lot of beams on these walls. So the first thing you want to do is just kind of see what they did. And if they don't have this, look for cracking and bulging and all that stuff. But here, so they added, so you see all the concrete work they did. So they added beams down in here, and they ran a drain. So they cut the concrete out here to here. They ran a drain to a sump pump. That was the line we were seeing out the front. So that has a battery backup on it too. So this collects water. And the reason that this wall, so let's actually look at this wall here. So if you look down this wall here, you can see how fucked up it is.
Yeah.
So they put these beams in to hold it, and then this mechanism keeps it there, and they tie it up into the joist. And technically you could come and like turn this every now and again and try and pull that wall back. But that's got pretty good movement. I mean, that's probably 2 inches of movement.
You see this stuff in it probably
At the frost line.
freak you out a little bit, seeing like
It freaks most people out. But like worst case scenario, my guys can rip out this wall from here up and rebuild it.
Okay.
But like technically these beams are a proper repair.
Yeah.
So you want to see, I mean, they put drywall around it, which is I guess okay, but like you want to make sure that it's called blocking back properly. So here, the beam is up against the wall. Shouldn't really do that. You got this blocking back. Really, this should be like a 4x4. So 4x4, and then you block it back in with like 2x6s, and then these should be bolted into the joist. So it secures that beam into that wall, so it won't move anymore. And like, you wanted to test this. Battery not detected, that's not good. There's a little bit of water in there. But at least it's working. So if there is water coming in, it's getting shot up and out of the house.
Okay. And they put all this in before you bought it.
Yeah, so this was all done already. So what we'll do down here is we'll paint everything, patch up the ceilings, and pretty much call it a day. And make sure we're doing that.
It's a gnarly ass movement, bro.
Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, it's pretty good movement.
When you look up from this angle,
Yeah.
it's all tilted.
Yeah, right.
That would scare me. I don't say that.
Yeah, it's pretty good movement. And the next thing you want to look at, obviously you can't see the subfloor up here, but you want to look at, okay, you got a main beam running in through here. So this is holding, the joists are running this way, so hold the flooring system, and then this is running this way. So the floors are coming in running here. You want to see what the beam looks like. It's probably a metal beam. Yeah, it's a metal beam, which is good. You're not going to get termite damage in that. You want to just see and feel through the house if it's level, unlevel, all that good stuff. And then next, this house I think was built in the 40s, 50s. So I look at the panel. This is not original from the 40s. This here is original from the 40s. So you have ungrounded electric mostly through this house, all the way. 'Cause like you really only have one. So this will be for the air conditioner. Maybe either this will be air conditioner or the furnace. This is probably AC. This is probably for either the water heater or the range or the laundry. And then the rest is gonna be ungrounded. I would like if they just didn't even drywall these ceilings. So I want to see what the fuck is behind there. It's like this wall, pretty fucking out too. I mean, you can see it from the bottom, goes up and yeah, call these like a banana. And then I think we put beams in on another wall. So it came without beams on this wall. I think we updated this. So we did these. So we did it, I think we did like 16 beams or something. So we did here in that wall. And you can see how crazy that looks. So what you need to do is, it's secured now, but it's still gonna scare somebody when they walk in. So we gotta fill these with mortar and just paint everything, make it look normal.
Yeah. I was just thinking from the buy side of things at the end, if you come down here and you see the bowing and the massive cracks, how much that changes your opinion of
It'll scare the fuck out of somebody.
The rest of the house could be nice, but
Yeah.
I would, if I was buying this house.
So your home inspector should be able to like tell you, you know, this looks like it's properly installed. ask for some documentation, some paperwork, all that good stuff, and make sure that you're buying something good. Or a rental, like people won't really care.
Yeah.
So this was the reason why I was like, okay, let's just keep it as a rental because people may get scared. But I think if we put 20, 25 in, let's say we put 25 in, and everybody's 220. 220 times 0.94. That's our realtor costs and commissions. Minus we bought it for 155. Minus we're gonna put 25 in. So that takes on to 26. We'll spend another probably 3,000 on interest because remember our maybe 5,000. I think it's like a $20,000 flip.
Okay.
But if you keep it as a rental property, 220 times 0.75, which is going to be your refi, you're at 165 minus 25 in rehab, and then another $5,000. You keep probably 20,000, 30,000 on a refi, unless you hold it long enough to where you can go 220. It could appraise for 230, so let's say maybe 230. If you hold it for 6 months, you can get 8% or 80% rate and term. Then you can get a loan for 184 minus your 155 minus our 25 in rehab. So that one you could do an actual true BRRRR and pull your money out. So it's just you got to know banking, you got to know how things work. I think this thing could rent for probably $1,800 a month. So you're hitting that 1% rule. You're going to cash flow a couple $100, and but you got to figure out, like, do you need money? If you don't have a lot of money, don't keep it as a rental because you're not going to make much money.
Yeah.
Sell it, make the 20, 15, 20 grand, and go to the next.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so you got your main beam running here, metal here. That's great. So they're going to be painting the entire basement, the walls, the floors, the ceiling black, freshen it up, make it look clean. Oh wow, that one snapped. Unless they pulled them out.
Things look different. You don't have to where they are.
I'm trying to think if they had another. Look at these here. I feel like there should be a board going across that, or that counts as the block back. Well, I don't know if this counts as your block back or not. I think it does. Let me ask my dad.
It's like a 4-inch gap on this.
Dad, for these beams, does this mechanism here count as your blocking back? Because it has this with this falling off, so I don't know if they cut it and added that, or do you need to block it back and have that as well?
How much would something like this even cost to do all the beams?
Beams, we're doing $450 a pop. So you just can go through $450, $900. I mean, it's a lot of fucking money they spent. And then the drainage system itself would be probably 10 G's. So you're probably looking at $20,000-ish in basement work here. It's a lot. So you got your laundry here. Electric laundry, that's the one we saw running across. And they even have a gas line for the laundry too, right here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. You got your old furnace stuff here, but they put a new furnace, so your return here is old. That's okay. You got a Lennox furnace, which is a nice furnace, and then you got a gas-fired water heater. This is 2019, so 1911. First number is the year, so it's 6 years old. Those last 10 to 12 years. Furnace itself, 1716, so it's either 2017 or 2016. I think Lennox does theirs first, so that's going to be an 8-year-old furnace. Those last 20. So it's good. We'll service it. We'll clean it. We'll make sure that we change filters and keep it pushing. Any questions?
I don't think so.
There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
But like, you want to come through and look at basements, like you'll know if it gets wet because ductwork will get rusted over time. So this will be all rusted, and if you see that stuff, you gotta kind of put 1 and 2 together. Even like the floor joists, if there's mold, like maybe a little bit of mold here. Like it could have gotten wet before you don't just do the drainage system. Obviously the walls are bowing, but it could have been getting wet as well. Because that water creates that tension, and then it makes the walls do this, in or out.
So when you buy this, Are you putting in an inspection period so you can see all this?
I saw it in the pictures.
You knew it right
Yeah.
away?
And I was like, they did the work. I mean, somebody did it relatively professionally. I mean, I see not a lot of people use these mechanisms at all. So that tells me that somebody professional did this stuff.
Just shows you how good you have to get at being able to analyze and deal.
Yeah, there's a lot of components you gotta look
I would
at.
figure 90% of people wouldn't even
And
realize.
then you got this, your main drain. This is your stack going down into the sewer line, and it's leaking. So we got to repair that. It's cast iron, so it's right at the fitting. So we may have to just replace this stack all the way down to the floor. This main stack is also leaking and super corroded, comma. We should replace it with PVC. See, I never walked it when we even built the scope. We just did it off of pictures, so I missed some things. Really what we need to do and what we've been doing is going to the house together, reviewing it, walking through every component, and really building out a really detailed scope. Trying to see if there's any like termites or anything. So you got your water main here. There's gonna be that, what brings water in from the city, goes through your house. So you're responsible from the city tie, which is at the curb, all the way in. So if this line goes bad, you got to dig up your yard. City owns the meter.
What do you look for in a line?
What kind is it? So this is copper. You can kind of see it. Copper probably is not going to bust or corrode.
Okay.
If this is galvanized, a lot of times these older ones will be gray and galvanized. This almost looks like a galvanized line, but it's copper. It's all copper, which is good. Galvanized is gray, and it will corrode from the inside out. And you turn the water on, if you got low flow, it means that it's probably shrinking from the inside. What the fuck they're doing upstairs?
Fucking having a party.
Fucking have a party as long as you're getting shit done. Okay, we got our floors down. We got paper on them every single time, no matter what. So this already had, like, the cabinets were already in. We're doing a quick cosmetic turn. It had granite already. It's not our typical granite we choose, but it's granite, it's fine. Cabinets are decent. Backsplash is done okay. We'll clean the fuck out of it. We'll maybe regrout it, clean it up, and then push everything back. Clean the appliances and get it back on the market. Or get it for rent. So paper the floors always. You see how everything is papered? Like, you can't see what it is because it's covered. You got hardwood under there. When they're done, we're gonna come in, refinish all the hardwood throughout, and then recover it. Or we're gonna be done at that point. We'll clean it and get out. You're okay. You're okay. So they like to paint after they do floors, so taping everything off and making sure you're not getting it on, because you'll spray trim typically. This is a really small trim, but taping everything off, making sure that you have clean lines all the way around. Your wall paint should never be on your ceiling. They're going through, after they did their first coat, and remudding all of these walls, making sure they're actually smooth. They've got their windows taped off. A lot of times if it's a really, really good painter, they don't even like to use taping things off. They'll just cut it in themselves, but our guys like to go fast. But nice big living room. Great living room.
Any walls or anything?
Nope. Nope, just keeping it as is.
Is this all like this? pretty
Yes.
much?
So we did, like, this one was like skim coat. So this would be like general skim in the deal analyzer. Paint trim, paint walls, paint ceilings, paint doors. So they pulled the doors off here and they're spraying the doors. So shh. Instead of trying to, if you've ever tried to hand roll doors, which I've done a few times, it's a fucking nightmare. Takes forever, and it'll bleed and it'll drip.
Do you have to tell them to take the doors off, or they usually will
They should know. They're a good contractor, they should know. Okay, bedroom 1. Looks solid. Small, but it's nice. Nice smell of paint. It's a clean construction site. Like, make sure they're cleaning up after themselves, make sure the paper, like, you should never come in and they have, like, my guys can drink if they want, but this should never be just like trash and food and flies everywhere. It just looks and feels like shit. So we'll do a flush mount light fixture, skimming no matter what, like if you're doing painting and you're spending money on rehab, make sure your walls are skimmed first. They should be perfect. Unless it's like a 1900s house and it's plaster, like you gotta be okay with some of that stuff. But like these doors are perfect. They'll pop these hinges off and put new ones in, so you have nice crisp black hinges, black handles. And then like we said, we'll refinish these beautiful hardwood floors. But nice big primary. Rob's got me saying primary now.
Yeah. I mean, these rooms look like they're in good shape.
They're nice. It's a nice house. So we'll see. Maybe we get more than 220 for it on the market. Maybe we get 230. It's just that basement. People might be scared of it. Hey, how are you? You're not doing electric today?
Yeah.
Got you painting?
Yeah.
Well, y'all let you do your thing. I won't go in there. You're good. That dude does a ton of electric work. Okay, bathroom. Tile work's kind of shitty, but we're just gonna clean it up, keep it as is. We'll caulk it in, we'll re-grout it, we'll make it clean, but it's not worth pulling it all off and redoing it.
Yeah. Looks solid.
Yeah, you just gotta kind of pick and choose your battles. Like if this was a higher end house and the tile was done worse, like it's done probably, I'll give it maybe a C+, but it's kind of is what it
Doesn't
is.
look too bad. I mean,
Yeah.
definitely salvageable for what
Yeah,
it is.
we'll grout it in, caulk it in, make it look better, but as is, it's not great.
Yeah.
But you gotta make money at the end of the day. Yeah. So tub looks good.
What do you do with these? Like,
We'll try it. I mean, we'll clean the toilets up. This is not an old toilet. We'll clean it up, fix it. Our cleaners, like on stuff like this, we'll pay them a little bit extra to like clean the fuck out of it. Especially if they're not new, because like if you put a new toilet in, they'll put it in after and it'll be new already. Like this, you gotta scrub a lot of stuff off the existing stuff.
what about the tub? Sometimes isn't there like a coat of paint you have to put on or something like that?
This one is in good shape, so we don't need to refinish it.
Stained.
It's got a chip right there, but they got some paint we gotta take off. No, it's not original. It's Volvo. So they replaced that at some point. So it's just a cast iron, newish, probably in the last 5 years. Yeah, it looks good. Make sure you have an exhaust fan, which they do. Looks good. And that's that. So I like these ones because if you can't sell it, you can still rent it and make money. And we didn't have to, I mean, they seller financed the 55,000. So we only had to raise 120, which makes it easier. So we'll go outside now. Thank you.
Basic little house.
Yeah, basic little house, but you can make a lot of money on these things. I mean, I love it as a rental if it doesn't sell. Like I'm not crushed.
What is? Give me some numbers on a rental. So you said payment.
I can tell you right away.
But what is our mortgage looking like here with all
So-
the other expenses?
I can tell you exactly what I think I can rent it for. So there's for rent right now in this neighborhood. You got a 1,600 3-bed 1-bath on Ross. Looks like this. Not a great shower. Not a great kitchen. Decent kitchen. Decent little house. Garage. Okay. Let's see what. So it's been up for. Why does it keep doing this to me? 187 Ross Road. Usually it'll tell you how many days listed in contacts, but I guess today it's not. It was doing this to me the other day. So what I would do is, okay, say it appraises for 230. Let's say right away you get a 75% LTV loan, 172.5. So that's your loan size.
Yep.
So I'll go to PITI calculator. That's gonna be how you figure out what a mortgage is gonna be. 172,500. Zero down payment because you owe, like you're building your equity through the refinance. So it's worth 230, you're keeping 25% equity in it.
Yep.
So you have no down payment at that point. let's say we get a 7.5 interest rate, probably what we would get right now at that. You got to update your taxes. So let's go here, auditor, 371 Beaver. Our taxes are $2,600 a year, so $200 a month. $200 a month, let's say $75 a month for insurance. So PITI, principal interest tax insurance, is $1,481. So let's call it $1,500. So you pull your money out, you have $300 on top. Now you got management, you've got repairs, you've got vacancies. Like that's a break-even-ish rental. But you got, what is 230 minus 172.5? 57.5 in equity.
Are you willing to lose money on cash flow to?
In certain areas, sometimes.
Okay.
Like, cause the portfolio, like it's a portfolio for a reason. Like if it's in a really good area, and I think, and also it's 7.5%, 8% interest rate. Like if rates drop down to 5 or 6 again, you've got equity, you just refinance it again. So like if I were to do that in that scenario, let's say it drops to 6, I got the equity, it drops my payment to $1,300. So you create a little more cash flow in that scenario. But you can't do it without the equity.
What do we sell yearling for? But that's on a main road too.
Yearling, I think we sold for $230. Yeah, 2-car garage, main road though. I mean, this is a nice house. It's a little bit nicer than I thought it was. Kitchen's a little eh. It doesn't have a dishwasher.
What about, I know you mentioned like a rate and term.
So if I wait 6 months, I can rate and term.
So what is that?
So I owe $155. That was my purchase price, plus another $20,000 for my rehab. So I owe $175 plus interest to my lenders. Let's say another $5,000. So my payoff is going to be $180 or so. So if this appraises for $230 and I wait 6 months times 0.8, they'll let you rate and term up that high.
Okay.
That's in 184 loan size. What did I just say I owed? 180?
Yeah.
So that would pay off my lender and I would have $0 in it. So 184 loan, 184, 0% interest or 0% down payment at a 7.5. And let's call it 7.75 because when you lever up a little more, you're going to pay a little more. It's only 15, 14. So you're only paying $30 more a month. Mm-hmm. I'm taking the higher leverage because I'm pulling my money out. I can use that 20 grand on something else.
Yep.
No, my cash is better used in my pocket, especially if we're only talking $50 a monthly payments, you know? So that's the way I'm thinking about everything. But it's like, if you don't have the cash in your bank, fucking
Can't wait.
sell it.
Yeah. I'm just thinking similar because I have a flip going on right now. Similar type house, very cosmetic, on a slab.
Good rental.
And it'd probably be a good rental, but I think
I would stack cash.
we'd lose like monthly cash flow on it.
It doesn't make sense.
It probably, for us right now, it's our first one. It'd probably make sense to
In the
sell it.
beginning, sell, and then when you're in a position like us, let's say let's say you're doing 10 flips a year, and let's say you make 500 grand or 300. Let's say you make 300 grand extra flipping. You're gonna be hit with taxes. The only way I'm keeping a non-cash flowing rental in that scenario is for the tax write-off.
Yeah.
And then hoping that I can refinance in the future.
Yeah.
Like I'm not keeping anything like this just because I'm hoping. Hoping is not a good investment strategy. But if you can get a big tax write-off and you get a good tenant in here and you can service the debt and maybe lose $100,
Sorry.
like there's going to be a time when you can refinance again in the future.
Yeah.
You know? So it's a nice house.
Yeah,
I like it.
That makes sense.
Cool. Let's rock to the next house. So this person, they bought it. So this was also an agent that I know. They hit me up and they're like, hey, somebody bought this back in 2021 or 2022. They're these rich people from Upper Arlington. They had a tenant that fucked the place up. Cosmetically smelled like shit, and they were like, I never want to go to that house ever again. Sell it. I don't care what you sell it for. They bought it for 185 a couple years ago. We bought it for 170, I think, right around there. So I had a wall there. You can see where we put a beam in. So wall there. The rest of it's more just like cosmetic. We'll kind of talk through, but this house is built in probably the 1910s-ish, so very old.
Yeah.
So you gotta think about the electric in the walls, you gotta think about all the stuff behind the walls that you gotta be prepared for. The outside still needs some love. Job site needs cleaned up a little bit, but inside actually looks pretty good. So we took the wall out here. You can see where it was at. Put a beam, or you got a beam running here, and you got posts running in there because the ceilings come in like this, and that wall was holding up the upstairs portion of this house. I don't know if we have the drawings on site, but we'll have kitchen cabinets coming here, peninsula here with 2 pendants. So you got the rough electric right here. So you got 2 pendants, sink going right here, and then over here I think it's like range there because you see the electric. Forget where the fridge is going. Somewhere over in this area. But we had to redo the subfloor, so this is all brand new. You feel how sturdy it is. Before it was all fucked up. So bought it for 170. We're gonna end up putting about 60 into it. So we're all in, what's that, 220?
Yep.
230?
230.
It should sell for high twos. I'll probably list it for 289.9. So probably a 25, 35 grand flip. But it's also in an area that's been changing the last 10 years slowly. So there's still some riffraff, the main roads are still pretty tough. So there's less, when the market's really good, these sell really easily, but when the market's tougher, you gotta sell them a little bit cheaper to get them moved.
How long is this gonna take, start to finish?
We bought it, I can give you exact numbers here. That looks like it's probably still wet, so be careful. Should probably go where it's not hanging over, there you go.
It's the first time I've done something like this, so.
You need to get on site more.
Yeah.
All right, Bulin, we bought, so we spent 31, we spent 32 so far. Our budget is right about 50. Let's see. We bought it 425. What's today?
For 620
20.
or 620. I mean.
620. So it's been less than 2 months.
You said 4. Your brother's house on Wheeling?
Yep.
I was so. That's why I thought we were going to, bro.
We can go that too.
So does the market, how does the market change? Could the market change in the, 3 to 4 months that you put this thing on the market? You said
I don't think the market's gonna change too much.
Okay.
It's just when the interest rates are higher, people get more picky.
Yeah.
People would want to choose where they want to live. Like back in 2021, 2020, like you have a house for sale, the interest rates are low, and people are outbidding each other and shit. So bathroom 1, so it's a 4-bed, 2 full bath. I think it's like 1,800 square foot, so it's a big house. So I think we had this, we never really do tub surrounds, but I think we had this left over at our warehouse. So we just popped it in. We'll have vanity right here.
Yep.
Toilet back behind us.
Okay. What type of plumbing was this old house?
Well, they fully renovated it back. Like when they bought it in 2021, it was fully rehabbed.
Okay.
I'll show you what it looked like.
So when they bought it, obviously you had to redo the subfloor and all that stuff. What did they do? The people who had it before,
They just rented it straight out.
did they renovate?
No, it was fully renovated.
It was already renovated.
Like if you see these pictures.
So how
which you
come the subfloor is all fucked up?
I mean, there's areas where they probably just put flooring right over it and they didn't know. And then also like they had dogs pissing everywhere and so we're fixing everything now. And there was a lot of leveling systems in the basement I'll show you. But yeah. And then like they got weird step ups like this. So they built up these floors for some reason.
Yeah.
Like typically if it was like let's call it a nicer house, we're trying to go for top ARV, I'd probably rip this out and build it back down. But you got to think deeper about it too. It's like all of this trim is cut for right here. And if I go down, it's gonna mess up the door jambs, it's gonna mess up the door itself. We're gonna have to redo all that stuff. So we're just gonna carpet it and just.
I mean, I think this is fine. I would have to imagine it's not a big.
Some people might not even notice.
Yeah.
But if you know houses, you're like, well, why does that step up into this?
So you usually don't see 2 bedrooms on the first floor of houses. Is that something that happens in this market, Columbus, or just this
random.
house?
Just random.
It's an old house.
So we're doing this. This is the LVP we've been using. So we buy this from a local supplier. Feel how thick it is.
Oh yeah.
You buy this at like Floor & Decor. We spend $1.49 a square foot. You get stuff that's like 2 millimeters thinner, and it'll have this thick pad. Feel that pad on the back. So like that'll stop, I call it like pitter patter. So if the floors are a little uneven and you're walking on these floors, it'll like tap. It'll be like, and it sounds like shit. This stuff is sturdy. We can walk out there and walk on it. Like this stuff is nice, it'll look good, and it'll finish out well. You wanna do the honors?
No.
You're such a puss. So like, very sturdy, feels good. Did Dana ask you if you could put paper on the floors after you're done?
Yeah, but he don't give me.
Okay, I'll make sure you get some.
Yeah. But he is not working now, so
Yeah, yeah.
I'm only walking. Yeah. It's possible he bring me today, but I don't know.
His anniversary is today. He's not working today. So I'm having,
He say maybe send another guy.
Ever might come bring it. I just texted him and asked.
Okay.
So hopefully they bring it.
Yeah, so we try.
Yeah.
I don't know how it looks, but
Yeah, it's looking good. The walls look great. You guys did a good job with skimming.
thank you.
So it's just holes, and I mean, you're working with drywall and you're working with plaster. So this
Yeah,
stuff, crap.
this is not new drywall, it's old drywall.
Old drywall.
Yeah. If it's new drywall, and the kitchen is
Yeah.
new drywall, ceiling is new drywall.
Exterior walls are, is this
Yeah,
plaster?
that one is plastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
And plaster's hard to work with, man. It's like,
I understand.
Yeah.
It's more difficult.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. We can
So,
try.
check out the upstairs. So we'll carpet upstairs.
Okay.
But like big ass bedrooms. Old vinyl windows, or they're just dirty as hell. So I imagine somebody when they fully rehab this, they did the windows, they did the roof. So we just had to put another roof on it because it was pretty torn up.
Snow.
Yeah. So we painted the floors. We painted like when you get that smell, you gotta kills the floors, you gotta kills the walls, and get it out. Because if not, you finish it out and you still get the smell. There's no way to get it out. So once the new floors go in and we finish it up, it'll smell decent.
It's nice.
It is nice. I mean, it's fucking huge.
The closet?
So if we were trying to go for like top ARV, like market's amazing, we're trying to blow this thing out, we'd put a full bath. We'd put a master right here.
There's a bathroom?
I would. Like if we want, so my brother he just bought a house from us for 120. He's gonna put 150 into it, and he's gonna have it be worth 350. But he's making it like a 4, 2.5. It's gonna be fucking baller. This one I'm shooting for mid to high 2s because we're not doing as nice of finishes. Because I just don't. To me, it's not as. The reward's not there.
Yeah.
Like it's almost 5 bedrooms. Like you can make this into 2. Like if you got a big family, this is a good house for it.
What do you say? I mean, I know you're kind of rude with older houses. You know, you don't want to put. I guess you got to make a certain spread on the house for it to be worth it.
So like if we look at the flip matrix, it would probably be. Here, I'll just show you. Actually, I got my deal analyzer. So the deal analyzer says if it's built from 1800 to 1940 and you're spending 40 to 70 grand, you want to make 50 grand. So if we sell this for 289 times 0.945, so 9.94 minus we bought it for 165, we're going to put 50 into it. $56,000 spread before we pay lenders. Let's call it 15 grand. 40 grand flip.
Okay.
I take it all day.
Yeah. Something that takes 4 or 5 months.
We've been into it less than 2 months now. Like I said, these contracts are a little bit slower. Like our guys probably have it done now, but we've ran into some few issues and new guys that are understanding our system. So he'll be doing 1 or 2 at a time for us, and he seems nice. He found me on Instagram.
That's how
pretty cool.
most people find you.
Yeah. And then you got this nice bathroom.
Yeah.
So this would be like a typical regular finish. Technically, they did the wrong grout here. I don't like using white grout because that gets dirty. It almost looks dirty already.
Yeah.
So I use like a very, very light gray because it doesn't look like shit. But nice shower. They do good work. This tile work is great, especially with like, that's not easy. And then putting a niche in there and then trimming out this window, and this is called Schluter. Like that stuff's not easy. This is pretty nice work.
Was this bathtub here before?
No, we put the bathtub in.
Okay. Same thing with this?
Yep, our toilet was there. That might be a new toilet. But then they pushed this bedroom up again too. I don't know why they did it, to be honest. And then it drops back down. I'm assuming that the floors, I mean, you can kind of see them going like this. It was probably just really fucked up. And they just ran a new room over it, which is dumb as fuck, but it's big. It's big, it's functional.
All the bedrooms are
Huge.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. All right, we'll go to the basement.
So if somebody were to buy this, you're thinking like a typical family would come in and buy this, or?
Probably. I'm not gonna say lower income because it's still a decent size property, but it could be a multi-generational family. Like somebody that has a grandma and grandpa living with them, or their parents. I think the basement is right there. I think it's dry. Is it dry? Yeah. A little stanky.
Musty dusty.
Yeah, definitely a little must going on down here. So old basement, 1900s house. You got a brick foundation, and you got poured walls under it. So we're gonna paint everything. We already made sure that like you see all the levelers, like that was not here when this place was built. So somebody added that after the fact just to kind of level the house out.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna keep them. I mean, unless you wanted to rerun and rip out everything and redo it, it's almost impossible. So we're gonna, you already see they got the windows taped off. They already painted the ceilings. That's what we do in all of our flips. Paint the ceilings, and then we're gonna paint all the walls, and then we're gonna paint the floors, and then paint the stairs. So everything down here will look clean, it'll smell better. But people just put their fucking dogs in the basement and let them piss and shit everywhere, cats, and just destroy your house. Furnace is existing and it's good. Water heater, same thing. Plumbing, here's our main stack. So we got PVC running up, that's existing. But you see how just fucked up that subfloor was.
Wow.
I mean, it still needs redone.
Yeah.
So they need to cut out all that moldy shit and get rid of like that floor joist, all that stuff. That should have already been done.
Is that all just from water?
Yo, I thought we were gonna rip all of this stuff out and redo it. I mean, the bathroom's above it. That's all gotta go. That's all gotta get redone. I don't know if this is our sister, I think it was already there, but we need to get rid of all that shit.
What is it, a mildew smell?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they still plan on doing that. That's why they haven't painted this one spot.
That's what I imagine. They should have done it while they had the bathroom open though. I mean, that's just the simplest thing to do. But now they're working backwards.
Yeah, that shit looks crazy over here by the plumbing.
Yeah. So you got CPVC water. These are okay, not great. But then you see like, you got me freaked out that I got fleas on me now.
There are cobwebs all over.
You can see up, so it goes up into that bathroom, the tub, it sharks into what's called PEX. So the red and blue back there, that's PEX water lines. I'll bring Max down here and just talk, see what's about to go down.
One of those basements where.
Hey Max, come down here real quick. Will you run down here real quick?
don't want to be in this basement.
No, it'll be nice once it's finished.
Where?
Down here, look at the subfloor stuff.
The light.
Yeah, what's the plan with this?
For what?
All of this here. We can't keep it like that.
No, keep it?
No.
No.
That looks insane. Like this has got to go. It's got to look more professional. So so this sistered is okay.
Okay.
We didn't do that sister, did we?
No, this is the old.
Okay.
Day here.
We got to sister that better. Honestly, cut out this moldy stuff. Take all that out, because like somebody's gonna come in and look at this and be like, that's insane.
Yeah.
So we gotta make sure it's right. We really should have done it all when we had the floor up.
Okay.
So I mean, I would take this out.
Maybe take out and put another beam.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a solution, but
Yeah, so take all of this stuff out and get it to where, because it really right now it's just shimmed on like you see how that's just shimmed up on there? That needs to all go. Like we can use some shims if we need, but not like that.
Okay.
I mean,
so-
really it's resting on this and this. So take it all out and run new.
Yeah, because here is only one LBL. So
Yeah.
need another LBL.
What is this here?
This one
HVAC?
yeah.
So, but they got a 2x4 on the outside, so it's got to run on this side. It doesn't even have to run the full way. So this gets gone.
Take this.
2x6, 2x8. That's a 2x10. Running across it to about here. It could probably be here or maybe even farther and bolted in.
And that one.
Yeah, into here.
Yeah, because when coming here, they say only like this area working.
Yeah, but it's got to be all the joists.
Yeah. And this
So-
is all beams. And we try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks insane.
Okay.
Because I mean, they ran this too, which is not even part of the main beam. And that's got, I mean, they got bolts in it, but the bolts aren't big enough.
Yeah.
So realistically, we got to get it to hang on here, the main beam, which is behind it. I mean, I guess it kind of is flush, but it just got to be better.
Yeah. That one passed over
Yeah.
there. And this is the support when pushed.
Right.
Because putting a jacket, they push a little because and the top is looks
Yeah.
like it. Yeah.
So let's probably bolt this in better. Yeah, I guess it is bolted in. That might, but I want to see like lag bolts.
That's a lot.
Yeah, like
Maybe like
thick.
Maybe like yeah. That's the same. I put another like maybe 8. And
Yeah.
the other part because the other part looks like angle. That one. This area. Yeah, this is screw because they
Yeah.
is going over there, and we try like no more over
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I think that area is the most important over here.
Okay. Yeah, you only need like pieces like one joint and take this. And here I'm not working nothing on that.
I would squeeze this one.
Yeah.
So this one, you either take it out and put it in between these two because this looks insane. So this one gets another one put in, sister it, bolt it into this 2x10 across, bring it in like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Bring it in like that, let it rest, and then same thing with this one too. And that one, these 3.
That's true.
Yeah. And then this plumbing, is that in use or no?
Because here is
For the
like,
toilet.
It's toilet in the
Okay.
top.
So let's make sure that,
Okay,
yeah. So take out those 2x4s, rip those out, cut out this nasty subfloor, patch that in, and then run it all. Those ones can run all the way across.
Okay.
Bolt it in.
Yep.
Thank you.
So now I can do it because before I cannot do because there is a lot of weight for
Right.
try move it.
Yeah.
And now it's it's little security, so maybe
Cool.
yeah.
And just let me know what else that's going to cost and just throw it on the bill.
No, I only talk to Dana and then I'll send me like couple that one.
Yeah.
So you say 3 joints, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, maybe 4.
That one's okay.
And here,
This one has got to get sistered again. This one's got to get sistered. This one's got to get sistered, and then this one. Because that one got cut. This one's not even running. So this one got completely cut. But this is the joist here, truly. So
Yeah.
this, I feel like, can almost go. But it's got to, so No, put a sister of this one going into here because it's got to hold that subfloor up there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Cool, thanks, dude.
All right.
Like shit.
This motherfucker stay out there, aired out.
Yeah, it's disgusting. We can go upstairs. But upgraded plumbing. Almost, it looks okay, but it kind of looks like shit. Like this is all water lines that are insulated. Realistically, like CPVC, when you have a vacant house, water hasn't been running through it. When you start running water back through it, it'll split. So this house was occupied, so it does work, but typically if like it's vacant for a year and you have that, budget for all new water lines. They got a lot of work to do still here.
Whose deal is this?
I bought this deal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I come through with that subfloor again.
Good to walk?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your help. Thanks, sir. You guys need anything? Friday, you guys need beers or anything?
No, nothing.
No?
Not drinking.
All right. You don't drink?
And the home's good, but here. No.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Would your guys say the same?
Huh? Yeah.
I don't mind, so if you guys want to drink, drink.
Yeah, no.
But I think they're bringing over paper, so let's just make sure we don't scoot stuff
Yeah.
around. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, so no, we try like, I've told my guys, so I'm not working here, so everything is
Yeah.
only walking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. It was great to meet you in person.
Nice to meet you too. See you, man. Bye.
Like door looks like shit, but it'll paint up. Vinyl windows. Vinyl windows. We're gonna do a whole new coat of paint on the house. We put a new roof on, so we're gonna have to put new gutters. Yeah. Mechanical and foundational stuff. His paint is pretty good. He's a painter. You see it in the back of his truck. But that's the thing about contractors. They say they can do everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can do that too. And it's really like they're trying to make it happen and make money. So I told Dan we got to stay on these people, and I got to stay on Dana because he may not know exactly what he's looking at all the time too. So outside, fresh coat of paint on everything. We're gonna get the same color scheme because we already got brown siding, we already got brown soffits, fascia, all that good stuff. New roof, new flashing around the chimneys, and we're gonna clean everything up. But we already got vinyl windows. We've already got mostly new stuff that we're working with. So it's
What
really
about
kind of
this,
just.
this like walkway area.
We'll paint this again, the same color. We'll pressure wash everything and we'll make sure it's clean. It did have a nice like black wrought iron around it, and they ripped it out. They didn't ask me if I wanted to keep it, but I guess they don't care about what I think.
Yeah, can't get everything you want.
We're gonna do a fence around the back there where the garage goes. And really just outside is just a bunch of touch up.
Yeah.
But nice, big, beautiful brick house.
Yeah.
It's got the vinyl up there is weird. How it's got like the different trim pieces, but kind of how it was already. So we're just keeping it.
What about the trim on the windows?
Where?
All that brown stuff.
We're gonna paint it.
Paint it.
Yep. Everything brown is gonna be brown. Everything tan is gonna be tan. It's a whole new coat everywhere.
Why'd you choose not to wrap it?
Because the trim's already good. It just needs touched up.
And you got that in the backyard?
What? This? I would rather this than some neighbors. It's quiet.
What's one thing on this deal that could come up that would take you way over budget?
Way over budget? Some of that subfloor stuff we just talked about, nothing really over budget. It's just maybe not selling for what we think it is. Because somebody might go down that basement and be like, why are there all these leveling posts? It's just not normal.
Yeah.
It's not a typical basement. But you got a nice 2-car garage, decent yard. It's not bad.
Based off a lot of costs. So
Huh?
if this was in a higher ARV, you would have probably just pushed all the subfloor out. You would have
Definitely.
level like made no step ups in the bedrooms, all that.
For sure. Yeah, we knew the budget was tight enough, so you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, it's not that that's like the step ups are bad. It's just not like the most proper construction. So we got to get new gutters, paint everything, pull all the like wiring off. So you got your main line coming in, and the rest of it's just like cable and junk stuff. So we rip all that off, caulk it, done, paint the deck, paint the porch, and it'll be all clean. But that AC was already there. It had the T-Rex cage. Those are like $1,500. So somebody spent a lot of money, and you got a nice house next to us, corner lot. So we'll fence it here to there. We'll do a nice asphalt driveway, and call it a day. Yeah, gutters on the whole house. But like, even as far as like contracting goes, like if you come here, I'm gonna tell them when I leave, hey, clean up, get the shit in the dumpster. That shit around the side of the dumpster is not okay.
Yeah.
Like, get it to where, because you come here and it does not feel like it's getting done.
Yeah.
Like this extra stuff, you should not be dumping your paint in the yard. This stuff is not okay. Like, you're throwing the leftover trim when we got a fucking dumpster right here. Why is it going in the recycling bin when you got a dumpster?
Yep.
Doesn't make any sense. So I'm actually gonna tell them now before I forget.
So I mean, for all the new viewers out there, people who want to invest in real estate, yes, I know
Hey Max.
it can be scary sometimes, but
Yeah. All right.
this is the detail that you have to put into all your flips, especially on one like this, where it's got a basement, it's got a backyard, it's got, you know, it's an older house. You really got to put in that extra detail. Like Tom said, nothing's gonna cost you a crazy amount of money if it blows up, but some of these things, can make or break making money. That's everybody's goal in this business, is to make some money, provide some nice housing. So you really got to be detailed.
All the stuff around the dumpster.
I don't know it from experience that well, but just walking these houses, it's pretty easy to see that you have to be detailed with a lot of the little shit that you do, because some of the stuff you wouldn't even realize makes a difference. But for that end buyer, somebody who's coming to appraise it, could be the difference in making money. So
Jared, you made the big screen.
I know.
That's the important thing in those areas. And not over rehabbing
Yeah.
houses that don't.
Yeah. But
Because you could easily do that.
yeah,
Back
Tom
a couple
said
years
that-
ago, like people were blowing these houses up, like making them crazy nice. Which I'm not opposed to that. We've done that, but the juice isn't worth the squeeze, because if we go and put all this high-end shit in there and we go for the high comp here, you have less buyers.
Yeah.
I'd rather go less. Still nice. Still have granite countertops. Still gonna have stainless steel appliances. It's gonna be a nice big house, but I'm not going for like the quartz and the opening up every wall and making it crazy fucking nice. It's
Yeah.
just not worth it.
you gotta really dig into that like initial analysis of a deal when
Yeah.
you're buying it, and
Yeah.
a lot of the work that you put in beforehand, it makes a difference. Because
Yeah.
you could look at this house and see some of those top comps and think that that's what you could get,
Shoot for it.
and
We've done that, and that's when we lose money. And I'd rather undervalue and sell it for more.
Yeah.
Like, be surprised at the end rather than, hey, I'm gonna get $350 for this, and it ends up selling for $310. You're like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
So that's why I look at it now. It's taken me a long time to think that way, because usually you get so invested, you spend so much money, you spend so much time here, and you're like, fuck, I've done so much. And like, the thing is, the market doesn't care how much time, money, and effort you spend on the house. They just care about the house.
Yep.
So like, as long if it's not perfect, then you're like, well, I did all this other stuff. It's like, well, it's still not good enough.
Yeah. Yep. Say it all the time. You can't invest with your emotion. You got to invest with.
Yeah.
Jared, that's a good example of a nice garage. The fiberglass showing on the shingle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see it? How would you say that roof was, Tom?
I think it's like 15.
Because you can see the shininess on it.
So we got all our cabinets in the garage.
So like, is somebody coming
It's
here?
just getting
like,
older.
It's like, are they looking at the roof and saying like, that's an older roof?
Yeah, on a house. Yeah, home inspector will.
Yeah.
We got all our cabinets ready to go when they're ready. So lay floors, look at their cabinet set. I think there was a homeless camp up in the attic.
Good spot for it.
Ready to rock and roll?
I don't know where they're going. Sorry, code enforcement. But the door was closed.
Like here, walking around.
I don't know if they're walking around, but they're parked out there.
Ooh.
But I have the permit posted here.
Yeah, they probably saw it.
And everything's covered up.
Nice. Your door's locked. I think your guys are in there. do the secret knock.
Call Fernando.
There it is.
Hey, what's going on, bro? That's all good. Yeah, I didn't know if code was coming in or not. Make sure before we get out of here today, can somebody cover up just like this portion here so they can't see the framing?
I got you.
What's going on? On time with you.
Jake's trying to hide from the feds.
Yeah, basically.
What are you doing with the floor there?
Where?
There,
What do you mean?
like where it's all beat up.
Well, I'm not refinishing the hardwoods, so I'm doing LVP.
Nice.
Nicer LVP.
Oh damn, they did.
Cut the fuck out of the floor joist yesterday, so they had to sister.
They did do a shitload of plumbing. You weren't lying.
Yeah, they're like done.
Almost calling bullshit.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Looks actually very good.
Yeah. I just didn't like the cuts that they made. There's one big one here, like a huge one, straight through the joist.
Jesus.
Yeah.
The entire joist.
Yeah, so it needs cistern. Out from here to here. But this one's fine.
Hey, why is that board in my way?
Right. But
That looks pretty good.
they're fixing that now.
Yeah, it's tucked away, and I mean, you just build a I mean, that's pretty solid.
Right, because the idea was we don't want like a fat soffit, you know, in the middle of the room, so it's going to come in and be a flush ceiling,
Looks really good.
which will be nice.
Yeah.
This is gonna be Jake's primary residence.
So, I'm Jake, by the way.
I'm Jaden.
Good to meet you. It'll be like a 10-foot island.
Your living here?
Yeah.
In the middle of this room?
Jared's terrified by the neighborhood.
Oh yeah? Well, this is my neighborhood.
Never said that. I think it's actually quite nice.
He didn't say that.
Yeah, I saw you guys while I was driving by, because I was worried on my way in, seeing the code guy out front. I was like, close the fucking doors, lock the doors.
Yeah.
I am doing the vanity here now. So it's gonna be vanity toilet next to each other and then the wall.
Nice.
What kind of gold guy you do?
I would have done it opposite.
What?
Your vanity's about to stick out past your window,
Yeah, bro. It'll be like here. It'll be a
but it's gonna.
pedestal. We're
Oh, you're doing a pedestal. Why are you doing a pedestal in such a big bathroom?
Alexa wants a pedestal.
She's not even about to move in with you.
I think she is. She don't even love you.
His girl's designing the whole house, and she's not even about to move in with him.
Actually, no. I think they're running with the original design.
I'd have took fucking for the bar window.
Because they have the vent stack here.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Yeah, that's fine.
a vanity's gonna go. I mean, this is better for sure. Cool.
Pretty solid. They're gonna do electrical next week because they gotta do HVAC first. But Justin's starting on Monday.
We ran up 40 bands on Jake for this one.
Yeah,
We wholesaled it to Jake.
it's okay.
We almost had it in contract initially for 60,
That's fucking insane. Like that's.
and we sold it to Jake for 120.
And to be fair, I bought my house for 87. That was
Your house is 87.
Yeah.
That's a good house.
That's a really good deal. I'm gonna check it out. See what he's up to. 'Cause he's just adding the vent stacks today and then finishing the basement rough ends.
Nice. So the way you do it is you gut it, and then he's done all the framing. So he added that LVL beam, so that beam running across here, up in here. So that, and then you hang the original floor. So that's original floor. Boom, comes and hangs on the new beam. That carries the load of the upstairs. So there was a wall here that was carrying the upstairs. So you can't just rip those walls out. So we did this beam all the way across. That's what these load points are for. So you got these tripled 2x4s on, and then you got 6 2x4s over there carrying it. So that's carrying this whole load. So that opens up the entire house. And now you have to figure out where your mechanicals are going to be. So first you start with plumbing. So he's got all his plumbing running. So he's got his drain lines running to his bathrooms here. And then you got your water lines running up the same way. So now you're going to have to frame this out. So use these 2x4s, frame this out here. Probably go here and then up and hide that. So it'll go up against that window header and down. So you won't be able to see this. And then next, before they do that, they got to run HVAC. So now you have to run your heat runs to the upstairs. So you have no heat runs now. So you got to think about, okay, they might go up through here. This just depends on where you can run them, and you got to have a good HVAC person, because on that wall he wants to have exposed brick. Over here it's already framed out, but you can't go up in through that top plate. You got to bring it up into the floors there. So he may have to build a. Where are you putting your HVAC runs? You know?
Probably right next to it. That's gonna be like a massive place. That or here.
And you're gonna go up into the attic and then drop it down in, or where like?
Attic.
Got it.
Yeah.
Because typically
This
what
would
we.
go into the master bed, so it'd be like a softed corner. Because I know my.
Well, what about your other bedrooms?
Well, it's vaulted. I don't know. I need to talk to Justin.
Yeah, he has no idea.
You usually do electric.
Electric's last.
Because it goes around everything.
And so you got to figure it out because a lot of times the ductwork is in this wall to these bedrooms or back there. So you got to run them up the wall. So you could probably trunk one up in through here or there, up into that room, or on the back side of it. But if not, you gotta, because like you can't cut through this top plate. So you're gonna have to then swing it up and around. Then you have to build a soffit and chase, or you have to frame it out. So you got to figure out where you can do it. Like you're probably gonna have to do a lot of it there, up, because you can't run it over and up. Then you're gonna have to do a soffit, and that's why he did a beam that's level with the floors, because you want to have this just be a flat ceiling all the way across. You don't have a bunch of shit in your ceilings. So realistically, before you even really do all your framing, you should have an HVAC plan and a plumbing plan, because your framer is going to have to come back and know where they're going to have to chase and frame out. It doesn't sound like Jake's done that, and I didn't do that either on most of my full gut rehab, so it's not like a knock. It just, you learn.
You keeping the stained glass windows?
Yeah, keeping these, and then on the back end, there's like.
Yeah, Jake, I would go straight up this,
Yeah, I was thinking.
up through this floor, and I would put it up into that ceiling, and I would then take it over and down from each ceiling to each room. Because if not, I mean, you might be able to get that back bedroom. Actually, these two probably. You might be able to get them all. It just depends, and you also got to have a big ass heat return air vent.
Right.
And I don't know where that's gonna go.
Ooh,
Hot.
holy
They had me standing in this fucking attic the other day. Hot. Vaulted the ceiling. It's gonna be sweet. Yeah. Yeah. Bathroom. So you got vanity. I mean, he keeps running his he's not getting rid of this window. Hey, Jake. What are you doing here? Your vanity and your master is going to be in where this window's at. Are you going to shrink this window?
Wood.
Where's your vanity?
Just trying to have the vanity
Is it pedestal too?
here. Like butt up against this wall.
Well, they got to move it.
So it's supposed to come this way, and then your toilet here, and here. So you need to have more space with butt this way at least.
I'll start getting videos for you guys so
But anyway, we walked it together.
things get forgotten.
Yeah.
But it's easy enough to move over there.
Yeah.
You already got the blocks to be able to. I'll have them pin all this stuff up. So come up, pin it to here, and then elbow it out. So like here, and it comes in and elbows out, so it's not just loose. Clip it. It's good that it's blocked. That's your shower. That's your vanity. Yeah. I would do that too. I'd block across this, and I would do the same thing.
It's gonna be
So I'd pop it here.
tub here, vanity, toilet, like a straight shot. Tub.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, we've been trying to do that with all of our MEPs. Block, block, block. So you can tie it up into there and you can elbow it straight out. So like you see in new builds how they go up and then they come straight out like that. That's, you got to cut it, elbow it, and have it just sit out, because when you drywall it, it's just sitting there, and you can put your shutoffs on it. Looks good.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Hot as a motherfucker up here,
Yeah,
bro.
it's hot as fuck. It's 88 out today.
could pass out.
You could.
Pass out. So Jake, what was here that you had to beam these? I feel like
This was a bathroom. So your tub
Where?
was here. This was
Okay.
a wall here. None of this was here. this was a closet. So there was
Damn.
a wall here, and this was a doorway to just like a big ass closet. And everything was just being carried really, really weird. It's
Yeah.
this old house.
See it. And you got 2x4.
And it's like the construction of the roof is
Really crazy,
is
yeah.
odd.
It is.
So
So how are you gonna? So with your ceiling here, is it gonna go?
we're gonna end up
flush
doing.
there?
We're gonna end up flush here, and then it's gonna come down obviously here.
Yeah.
Because you have your beam. So we're gonna do can light, just two cans. of
Bedroom.
this. Yeah.
Okay.
Bed,
That's nice.
bed, maybe a desk, closet. And literally the
Great
exact
size.
same thing on this
Nice.
bedroom.
Yeah, I was just wondering why you had to run beams. This roof is just different. The rooms are different than a normal house.
Like old school craftsman style shit.
It's cool.
Yeah, it'd be really cool.
Very cool. Yeah, I mean the design is very solid.
Yeah, I've never done like a full gut where you're kind of rearranging everything. So it was like coming into it, I was like, I don't know how this is gonna work, but I just knew that the square footage.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, all right, it's like 1,600 square foot. It was a 2-bed, 1 bath. It was
That's crazy.
I mean, this whole side of the house, from here over, was 1 bedroom.
Damn.
All the way same deal on the outside out. It was just another huge fucking bedroom, huge
Yeah.
closet,
A
massive.
lot of wasted space because these are big bedrooms.
Right.
I mean, this is what? That's gotta be 16 feet.
I think the finish is gonna look really, really cool here.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's gonna be kind of weird in that room with the beam, but
I mean,
It
it's
could
kind
add
of
character to that shit.
just what it is.
kind of is what it is.
Dang.
The shape of the finish is gonna be cool. The vault is gonna be sick.
Yeah, I love that. That's a good. I mean, that was a good call. That shit's crazy.
Also never vaulted ceiling.
That's a crazy vault.
Yeah, it's a high ass vault. And that,
Just make sure you insulate that part before you
yeah.
drywall.
Yeah.
And I would even consider spray foaming it.
The roof line,
Yeah,
all of it, or just?
just that part. But I mean, you can use fiberglass if you want to save some money. But that's not. I mean,
How
roll
much is
it.
it running you to insulate a house like this
$4 grand.
with material?
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
We, I mean,
Only second
because those
floor,
roof rafters are
because-
pretty spaced out. You're not gonna be able to pin it up in between. You'd have to get two probably pieces or 2 rolls, put them side by side, jam them up in, and
Yeah.
staple them up.
First floor though is all brick, so we don't got to insulate any of
That's
that.
sick.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna expose that wall and then the bathroom wall.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, just the construction alone, like the house goes
It's fucking
brick,
wild.
regular brick, and then gets framed up for the second floor. So you got brick construction, stick built, which is really not common. I know I'm speaking another language right now, but it's wild.
And
It's
usually,
6 and bricks.
if you have a brick
Six
house,
and bricks, baby.
it's brick house.
Yeah.
You know?
Cool.
I'm gonna let it real quick. For the master.
I'd rather take the 40 grand assignment.
For the master bath.
Oh, you saw
The
it.
vanity.
We can go down. It's hot as hell up
Where
here.
as it stands, it's centered on the window.
What?
I need it.
Then you can get your questions answered.
Yeah,
Just go show 'em.
That's the shit I don't even really know what I'm looking at, but
It takes a while to figure. I mean,
I didn't. At least I didn't know what any of this was like beforehand. So now I'm knowing like.
oh, I was like, who the fuck is here?
His home is amazing.
Welcome. Thank you. It's my brother's.
It's the best one I've seen so far. Hi, how are you?
Where's the best place to? There's a ledge out here. Yeah.
Always closing. As you see.
What about this fireplace? What are you gonna do?
He's gonna paint it.
So that's real.
Is this
That's
real,
real
like-
stone. This real stone. So
spray paint this
I'm gonna sand it
Let me
down.
Paint it?
See what happens. Yeah, I mean, see what color. See what color the original stone is, and then.
And you don't gotta worry about the brick.
No.
Go straight.
I mean,
Right now. What do you?
could you put another brick in there? Sure. Is it gonna collapse?
No.
No, that is a big fucking chimney.
So, this could be a dumb question. Are you drywalling all this stuff?
Because like, it's like as it stood, there was none of like the actual framing. The way that they used to do the plaster was like all these like wood fir strips and then
Yep.
like cement tossed on. So like demoing this place was the worst. Because like you're just basically demoing concrete until you get to brick, and then you have to like basically scrape it all out. And it had radiators running through the brick. Like they built the fucking radiators for the heat into the house when they built it. It was crazy. So they removed all that. So the demo here was 9,200. Framing was about $9 grand. Plumbing will be like, I don't know yet. That joist looks like it's cracked. $11K for everything.
How much is what's your total budget for this?
175.
Private money, hard money?
Hard. Yeah, all hard. And I did the bridge funding, but I'm probably gonna get a loan just to like cover that, just so I can like have my money.
How much is it gonna cost to rip up all that fucking concrete in your yard?
Back there?
so
I don't know,
much,
bro. I don't know. That's where I'm building the garage, so it's gonna be like, yeah. I don't know. I've never removed a bunch of concrete. I have no fucking clue.
How do you track the project like this?
Same as you do every other project. Just like
Figure it out.
I mean, it's almost easier when you can replace everything. It's just one hit, you know. So it's like it's like, you know, hard money. For example, my draw that I just got today or getting today, they're giving me 36 grand. So it's like as long as you budget for it and like you submit your budget correctly and it's not like way off, like grossly off. You know, I've never done it, but like I've done other ones that are smaller. And it's like it's the exact same thing. It's almost easier to be able to do new everything than it is like kind of tie into like what's already there. Like this has so far been very nice, you know. And I've had ones that are supposed to be really easy that turn out to be really fucking hard.
Cowboys like this. Sometimes
Yeah.
the shell of the house
Is the best. Yeah, especially if you got good guys who can just come in here and rock it out. Like, I mean, this place is gonna be drywalled probably this time next week, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because like we don't even have HVAC, we don't even have electric. But
What's your timeline?
I don't know. Probably another 2 months.
We'd have had this shit done 2 weeks ago.
They got one in
first. Like not drywall, I mean electric, HVAC. You gotta do everything first before you do
Yeah, everything first. Make sure everything works. Because I mean, that's like the functionality of the house, basically. And then everything else is like,
The rest should be pretty easy.
everything else is dressing it up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
flooring.
like, it's honestly like, I feel like getting to drywall is the easy part, and then getting past drywall is the hard part. Like, finish is the hard part. Like, it's really easy to get a house like 40 or 50% done. Like, it's easy to throw a roof on. It's easy to like be like, hey, we need new plumbing, we need new electric, we need like a new fucking furnace, AC. Like, that's easy. But like when it comes down to like, okay, like what's the quality of the trim? What's the price of the trim? Like, what is the quality of like the vanity installs? What is the price of the vanity installs? Like, there's just so much other stuff where it's like, it can be really hard to get people to do that correctly at the end without like, that's where you'll get gouged for sure.
Yeah.
So this is the end of the project for sure. It's like you're finishing and they're like, oh, I gotta go back and touch up the drywall. Like, that'll be another 3 grand. You're like, no, like you were on the project.
I get it. It's right here.
That's the hard part, is finishing this bitch. Especially on an old house, 'cause it's like
I was gonna get the bushes again.
not level.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Pretty level. It's pretty level. This house solid's fun. I wish the hardwoods were a little bit better. But
Turn your mic off.
yeah. Because I don't want you to hear.
I muted it.
No one.
I thought it died. I was like, shit.
Yeah, it's not shit. I want your opinion on this. On this one here, I'm fine with that. 'Cause they cut it, but then they framed it like it's a fireplace, which is fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
But then you come here, this one's cut. I don't like this.
Go that one there.
Yeah. I feel like you have to do.
I would take out the block. I would take out that like little block there, and I would run that sister at least 6 feet, and I'll bolt it in. I'll bolt it into this one. I bolt it into this one,
Yeah.
and that should be all right.
'Cause that's the only thing I was worried about. I came here yesterday. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta run it, cantilever it out. Probably take it to where that drain is coming, and just bolt it into this joist. Bolt it into that. Probably bolt it like a couple times.
Yeah. You think Chase?
I would say your return's probably gonna end up going there in that corner. or
Put a
here.
pantry here.
Well, I would be careful because you don't know where your HVAC's going at.
Well, you
So-
can always frame the HVAC inside.
Yeah.
You know, like a chase with.
Well, no.
Within
Your
the-
return has to be out in the. I don't know if your return's gonna. It might not be able to go there. It might have to go like over there. It just depends on the space. It could also maybe go in that corner.
Probably call when I leave. Yeah. Fridge. Cabinetry. Big ass island. Yeah.
What's that back room gonna be?
What?
That back room.
Dining room. So these are all windows. They're like all like thin, small windows. I'm gonna try to refinish it. I don't know if I'm gonna do those windows yet. But
Get Steve on.
Steve can't do it.
Why don't you just do new windows back there?
Because they're pretty fucking nice.
They're beat to shit.
They're pretty beat up. And they're pretty beat up.
I looked at them when I came over the other day. I was like, those are gonna be expensive to refinish.
Yeah.
He said they're pretty nice. You said they're beat the shit. He said, yeah, they're pretty beat up.
They're pretty beat up, but they're pretty nice. They're very nice
You're
windows.
just trying to keep the character.
Right.
You can get whatever those are called, gridded windows like that if you wanted. You can literally, I mean, everything Steve and them get a custom. You can just custom order those. It's your house. All right, you guys ready to get out of here? I gotta get back to the office and get some shit done.
Me too.
Field trips over, Jared.